Kodak presents a breakthrough in color photography.
I was able to attend Tuttle Camera's second annual National Camera Day on the Queen Mary this year. I believe it was sponsored by Candido, or at least Tuttle's Film Walk was sponsored by them. But either way, it's a fun event where Tuttle invites a bunch of camera brands, film brands, dark labs, and even photography associations, I'll call them for lack of a better term, like the Photographic Society of America. You get to interact with and meet not just the representatives, but the actual people who work at these places, and in some cases even handle your film. But that's enough of my rambling. Let's get into my experience at the event. Actually, camera and film first. So I shot a roll of American-made Fuji 400 through my Canon Elan 7 with a 50mm STM for a majority of the shots, and for the more zoomed-in shots, I used a 75-300. I was thinking of using a more exotic film stock, but I didn't want the focus to be on the film itself. I wanted it to be on the event, so I went with Old Faithful. All of the photos in this video were developed and scanned at the Darkroom LA, with no edits being done on my part, and with that, now we can get into the event.
For instant excitement, instant laughter, instant fun. Polaroid 1000.
So, like I said in the intro, a lot of brands were invited, and just so I don't miss anyone, I'm gonna go ahead and read off of the official National Camera Day tote. That's where all the brands are, so you can get a good picture of them. But obviously we have Tuttle, we have Freestyle Photo, Paul's Photo. I'm not sure if the lab is a part of Paul's Photo, but that's there. The Darkroom, WH Camera, OC Camera, Beacasa, I think that's how that's pronounced. QMI, Candido, the Photographic Society of America, I'm still developing, Fujifilm, Cinestill, GR Pentax, Canon, the California Center for Photography, Low Pro, Tamron, Manfrotto, Savage, Shutterfam, Sony, David Taking Pictures, I think they're together with Sony, and Nikon. All right, just so I make sure I don't miss anyone. Some brands were there just to connect with the community, and some were there either as vendors or they were just holding raffles. For example, Fujifilm wasn't selling anything, but they were holding raffles for different things like Instax cameras, disposable cameras, and 6-packs of film. Crazily enough, my friend Dom actually won an Instax Mini 41 camera, but we'll get into that later. I entered for the 6-pack of film. I unfortunately didn't win, but I did get this Fujifilm tote. It's not like actual Fujifilm, it's the Fujifilm simulations, but I thought it's pretty cool. And then Fujifilm on the other side. The East LA Film Lab was also holding a raffle. Now, there were a lot of raffles held that day, so get used to me saying that in this video. They were also selling fresh film, but I was more interested in an expired film sale that they were having for $5 a roll. They had a limit of one per customer, but since I had my friend with me, I was able to get 2 rolls. The first roll that I got was, where is it? Roll of Kodak Max. I'm assuming this is the predecessor to Ultra Max. It's also 400 speed, 24 exposures, expired, when did it expire? 2004. So I'll probably shoot it like 25. No, that's the other one. I'll probably end up shooting this one around 100 or 50 ISO, just depending on how I'm feeling. And I also got a roll of real Japanese, well, real but Japanese made Fuji 200, 36 exposures. This one I got to assume it's expired around the same time. I don't know for sure because all it came in was this little normal plastic canister. So I'll probably end up pushing this, or not pushing, overexposing it by 2 stops. So probably end up shooting it at around 25 or 50. I haven't shot anything at 25, so I might end up doing it at 25, but I don't know. It just depends on how I feel that day. I'm leaning more towards 25 because I don't know how they were stored, so I have no idea how they're gonna turn out. And the more light, the better with expired film.
And there'll come a day when you can bore friends with vacation pictures while still on vacation. Fujifilm's new MX700 digital camera, Smart Endeavor 3500 IX camera, and 35mm superior film. 3 reasons why that day is today.
The promo that the Darkroom was running was if you dropped off a roll to be developed with them, they were going to give you a roll for free in exchange. I couldn't say no to that, so I have a roll of Gold 200. And that's also why these photos were developed and scanned by the Darkroom. Not that I would never use them otherwise, but I have labs that are local to me, so me needing to send my film out isn't really a necessity, as redundant as that sentence is. They were also having a drawing, I guess it would be called, where you would pick a film cassette from a big container and your prize would be determined by the color of the cassette. I ended up getting a keychain, and unfortunately I didn't ask what the other prize options were. I got to assume a roll of film was one of the bigger, if not the biggest prizes, but the world may never know. I believe it was the Darkroom who invited or hosted Caleb, which was really cool to see that on only the second time that Tuttle is doing this, they're already getting prominent figures to attend and engage with the film photography community, at least in the Long Beach, LA area. But anyways, Caleb was really cool. I got to meet him, got a picture with him, and a slight aside, how he acts in his videos is exactly how he acts in real life. He does not put on a character, which was a nice change of pace and was really interesting to see. I really enjoyed it. I do not mean that. I mean this in the best way possible is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, because sometimes you see the way that people act on videos and you think, oh, that's a character or this or that, or that's not actually how they just are. But yeah, no, that's just kind of how he is. And like I said, again, he's super awesome.
Canon quality at popular prices. The Sure Shot. So advanced, of course it's Canon.
For Tuttle's booth, they had a raffle, like I said, get used to me saying that. And they also had a guessing game. A pretty standard, like, guess how many items are in a jar. I don't think I got B-roll of this, forgive me for that, but they had a 5-gallon jug full of film cassettes, and like I said, you just guessed how many were in the were in the film jug. I don't think I got a call back, so I don't think I won, but I also don't remember how many I guessed were in there. I think it was somewhere around like 250 or something like that. I don't know, I could be wrong. But for the raffles, they had a few different, so the way that they and Fuji, the way that the raffles in general, I believe, no, I think it was just Fuji. So the way that I believe Tuttle and Fuji specifically held the raffles were, instead of just throwing your name into the whole raffle and then tickets come up and if you win that, you win that, you don't, you don't. They had dedicated cups for every item, and if you wanted that item, then throw your ticket in there and test your luck, guess your chances. I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say here. But throw your ticket in there and see what happens, instead of just kind of throwing your ticket in there hoping you win this item, but you either didn't win or you got a smaller item that you really didn't care about, which would still be cool. But you know, some people like myself would enjoy just solely going for the item they wanted. So if you wanted the Pentax 17 like myself, then just throw your ticket in the Pentax 17 and roll the numbers. Going back to Tuttle's promos, with every purchase they were also giving you one of their little stress ball versions of their mascots, which is pretty cool. I already have one, but it was cool to get this. They were also selling last year's shirt for $5. I still have mine, so I didn't necessarily jump on that opportunity. But for people who didn't have the opportunity or maybe didn't buy last year's shirt, it is a pretty good option to have there. While I didn't buy last year's shirt, I did buy this year's shirt. It's not exactly a camera day shirt like last year's, but I believe this is limited edition. They were either only selling this shirt the day of the event, or they have a limited amount, so once they sell out, they're gone. I'm a sucker for event shirts like that and for limited edition shirts like that, so I had to get one. But talking about it a little bit, I really like how Tuttle works themselves into their merch in very tasteful ways. So there's this shirt where they're the first 2 rows, but there's also other film brands. So it's also a film photography shirt and not just a Tuttle shirt. And same thing with their 80th anniversary Kodak shirt. I haven't gotten it just yet, but I have the sticker. I don't have the sticker on me, but I'll include B-roll of this. Initially, I thought it was only a Kodak shirt or sticker until I read and noticed that it says Tuttle on it, like on the sticker itself. And it's just so small that if you don't like read the fine print, you would think it was just a Kodak shirt. And I really like that they're still working themselves into their merch, but they're not throwing it in your face that this is a Tuttle shirt.
No matter what the conditions, no matter what the subject, the Mamiya Quartz EE.
I also got to talk with Kat from the Film Fridge. She's super awesome. I pretty much talked to her like every time I took a lap on the show floor. I know I talk a lot, Kat. I'm sorry if I bothered you, forgive me. But like I said, she's super cool. I met Kat and Everett from the film Fridge last year at Camera Exchange LA. We actually made a trade there. I traded them some cold stored Fuji Superia Extra 400 that I had for some cold stored Lucky, I think it was 100 or 200 that they had. And what made me laugh is that neither of us actually had the time to shoot the other's film. So I still have my rolls here, and Kat was saying that she still has her rolls their rolls in the fridge. So yeah, I just found that funny. At that point, they were only reselling expired film. Now they're also selling their own film, Stone 420, the world's first and only 420 ISO film stock, which is being carried by I'm Still Developing. So go over there and grab a roll if you can. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to grab a roll that day, but I'm definitely gonna pick up a roll or two and review it on the channel in the future when I can. I was able to get this 12 exposure roll of Gold 100 that expired in 2009, I believe. Yes, June of 2009. Quick story with this film roll. Kat was saying that they bought 5 boxes of this stuff, and 4 of them were preserved perfectly, and 1 of them wasn't. They did not mark that box that was not like stored right, and somehow all of the boxes got mixed together, so now they don't know what's what. So there is a 75% chance that this is going to be like pretty good stuff, but there is also a 25% chance that this just comes out looking fried. So knowing my chances, this is probably one of the fried rolls, but we'll see what happens. Either way, thank you, Kat. You can find not just the film fridge, but everyone I talked about and I'm going to talk about in depth listed down below. Granted that I am able to find their social. Make sure I include that caveat.
The Nikon F3, so advanced it was chosen as the official 35mm camera for use on the US Space Shuttle.
Around 4 o'clock, Tuttle started their film walk, which was sponsored by Candido. I don't think they had a booth, but believe me, with this sponsorship, their presence was definitely felt on the ship. The first 100 people to make it to the photo walk were given a free roll of Candido film. 50, speed, 200, and 800 were the choices. I don't think I saw 400. I either didn't see it or it wasn't available. I don't say that as a complaint because I have a roll of Cinestill 400 that's just been chilling on my shelf, so I'm pretty set on 400 speed Cinefilm. But immediately I went for the 800 speed, partially because I have no 800 speed myself, and also partially because it is very expensive when I do need to go for it. Caleb from Bad Flashes led the photo walk. He gave a small speech at the beginning, and then everyone headed up into the Queen Mary itself.
I'm happy. The primary objective for today is to shoot some fun photos and have fun. Because that's what photography is all about, right?
Right on.
It's having fun, taking photos, and anyone with proof about a ghost, sell it to me first. We're gonna go upstairs, we're gonna go around on the top deck. Everyone, does everyone have some film, right? Everyone has film? Yep. Let's go to the top deck, let's have some fun, and then, you know, everyone can kind of do what they want. Take some cool pictures and have just, like I said, fun time.
Yep.
So let's go.
Beautiful camera.
After that, it was pretty quiet until around 6 when all of the raffles started. Thankfully, not all at once. They were back to back somewhat. There was some overlap. Tuttle Cameras was the first to kick off everything. They were raffling off a 10 pack of Kodacolor, a Polaroid flip, a Camp Snap Digital Super 8 camcorder, a Fuji X-Half, and a Pentax 17, which was the item that I entered the raffle for. I think I said this earlier. Unfortunately, the Pentax 17 eluded me for the 2nd year in a row. Tuttle also held a raffle for a Pentax 17 among other things last year, and I entered. Unfortunately, no, I did win something. I won a shirt, but I didn't win the Pentax 17. It's all good though. I'm pretty happy with what I walked away with, and if nothing else, I'm gonna win it next year. At least that's the quote that I'm telling myself. After Tuttle finished their giveaway, Fujifilm started with theirs, and they had a lot that they were giving away. A bunch of packs of Instax Mini, Square, and Wide Film, a bunch of different Instax cameras, some regular disposables, and some waterproof disposables, as well as, I think, 4 different 6-packs of film. I entered for a 6-pack myself, but unfortunately I didn't win. I probably should have went, in retrospect, I probably should have went for those disposables, because even when there was only like 30 minutes left before the raffle started, I only saw 3 or 4 tickets in their cup, and a surprising amount of people who entered did not stay until the end. So I probably could have won a disposable if I just entered in there. Ultimately, I'm happier that my friend won his, not just his first instant camera, but his first camera ever. He's been wanting to get into photography with a digital camera, and he's been thinking about getting into film. So now with this, he has his own camera that will slowly start to take over, and it'll start with mini now, and then 35 mil in a year, and then 120 in another year, and then by 5 years down the road, he'll be bankrupt shooting 8x10. After that, the East LA Film Shop did their own raffle where they were giving away a 3-pack and a 4-pack of film respectively, 2 Kodak Charmeras, and some of their own merch, like a hat and I think it was new, but a really cool shirt that said Film Fool on it. I'm gonna have to get me one of those shirts pretty soon. And that was the event. I had a great time, and I'm really hoping that this event continues to be a yearly tradition for Tuttle Cameras and the Queen Mary. Just comparing the list of how many sponsors were on last year's bag versus, I mean, not just sponsors, but sponsors, attendees, vendors, just people who came out in general. Just comparing the list, you can see that there's a pretty significant growth. This bag is a lot denser than how many people are on this bag. So like I said, I'm hoping that this event continues. I feel like it's going to. The event also sold out. I don't think I mentioned that, but they were showing a graphic on one of the projector, or on the projector screen, that the event sold out. I don't remember if last year's sold out, but this year's selling out is definitely a good sign. And that's all I've got. Thank you for watching. I greatly appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, all the usual fun YouTube stuff. And no matter what you're shooting, 35 mil, 120, digital or instant, keep shooting, stay creative, and go tell someone you love them. I'm not gonna redo that. I know I hit the stand, but whatever, it is what it is. Peace, go tell someone you love them. I'm out.
What makes a memory so special is that it happens only once, and then it's gone.